Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Got this whole beautiful sunny day thing going on here, right? Airplanes in the sky and everything else. Battery's all charged up, gotta love that. So it's about 10:15. It is Tuesday, 11/17, about 45 degrees outside. This one says 7.6 and 44% humidity. Another beautiful day here in the Hudson Valley. Gotta love these. Little crisp this morning, but you know, you'll have that this time of year. This engine, you guys remember I slammed it on over the weekend. You see what's on the floor underneath the engine. And whenever you run into something like that, you instantly kind of fall back and stop for a moment and say, do I go through the trouble of fixing it? But I still really don't know what condition the engine's in because I haven't put a chain on it and rid of it, you know, taking it out for a ride. So if I tear it all apart, then put it back together again and find out at that point the clutch is spun or the transmission sounds like a washing machine on a bad day. So I think I'm going to continue going forward with this, and I'm just gonna, put a rag or a piece of cardboard underneath it. So I mention this because once again, as you guys are trying to get these things and put them together and get them running, there's always these crossroads, and you got to make a decision. Particularly if you buy an eBay engine and it shows up at your house, and you see that it's got that Red Death or the shoe polish stuff, the Permatex smelling stuff on it. You gotta figure out: do I want to tear it apart now and work on it in the garage on the bench, or do I want to wait, smash it onto whatever machine I'm going to smash it onto, and then if it's good, I win. If it's bad, now I got to tear it all apart again and start over again. I think no matter what, it's almost better to put it on a machine, unless you're sure it needs something. I think it's almost always better to put it on a machine, fire it up, and see what's going on. You might find out that the thing is about the hand grenade, and you want to discover that if it's an eBay engine fairly quickly, so that you can get in touch with the character you bought it from and say, "Yo, Holmes, you sold me a piece of junk here. Send me my money back. You're getting your engine back," or whatever. Though most of these people are smart enough when they have an engine on eBay to say, as is, where is, and you're kind of stuck. This video, it's about Baja Warrior torque converters. So I did quite a bit of fussing around here, and I managed to zoom a little bit. I managed to get things set up so that the chain isn't rubbing on this surface. It's not rubbing on that surface, right? All I have to do is tighten that up, and that's all good. So all those things make me very happy. Unfortunately, what doesn't make me happy is, how do I put a bolt on this? Right? I got no way to put a bolt on this. So, to get this engine to work, I have to do one of two things. I either have to take this crank out of the engine and drill this, and they actually include a piece. This is the way it's supposed to work, right? That piece is actually supposed to go on there. I could show it to you in a VL clone. This is actually supposed to go on there like this, and then it's like you're extending the crank out a bit, right? This is your crank extension. So I either get to tear this apart and drill it and so forth, or I got to swap the engines. This is the engine I was going to smash onto the snowblower, but obviously there's another one in the box sitting right there. So this engine, given that it's already out and dusty, and I'm hoping unused, man, it's stronger than I am. Yeah, it appears to be unused. Anyway, I'm going to smash this guy onto here, and hopefully very soon you guys will see this running. The reason why I made this video is, let's say you go out there and you get yourself a Baja Warrior and you pay whatever you pay for it. Assuming it's a running unit, I think no matter where you're going to get it in you know, whether it's in the US and Canada, I think it'd be pretty hard to get a running unit for under 100 or 2, right? And then from there, if you say, yo, I saw really cool videos on how to put a torque converter in, so for another 100.5 plus or minus $25, I'm going to put a torque converter on it. So you got whatever you spent on the Warrior, and then you go out and you get a torque converter, and you realize it doesn't go on because the way the shaft is. So now you got a choice. You can either take the torque converter and sell it and put up with the clutch, but if you need a clutch, right, and that's the reason why you were going to upgrade the torque converter, that's kind of a pest. So, but let's say, okay, I'm not fooling around, I'm going to go to the torque converter. I don't know what these things cost in Canada, or even if they sell them in Europe. It's Harbor Freight. I think it's Princess Auto in Canada. I'm not sure, once again, if they sell this stuff in the United Kingdom and elsewhere in the world, right? I just don't know. This is known as a Greyhound, right? See a little Hound on there. Chinese engine, copy of the Honda, what is it, GX 160, I think it is. These things are, I mean, they're supposed to be like, some say 6.5 horsepower, some say 200 cc's or 202 or 206 cc's. They're all about the same. So this is a copy of the Honda 5, 5.5, 6.5 horsepower GX. I think it's the GX 160. Right? I mean, the controls are all the same, everything else. This is the older version that Harbor Freight used to sell, the Greyhound. They also sell the black version known as the Predator. I'm not sure why they got rid of the Greyhound. Anyway, so you buy the bike, you spend whatever you spend, $100, $200, $300. Say, oh, I'm going to put a $150 torque converter on it. I'm great. You get to the point where you can't put the torque converter on because the end of the engine looks like this. It might pay for those of you who are out sniffing around after these bikes. Most of the clutch covers just snap right off. Then you could look at the end of the clutch of the crank to see if a torque converter is going to go on or go on easily, right? I'm sure there are people out there, you know, Rusty, Musty One, WTBM 123, who have access to whatever they need to be able to do that. I can also go inside and pull the crank and theoretically put it on the lathe and turn it and drill it and make it just like this engine. But what is all that effort worth, right? All that time and effort. I'll use this engine, then I'll put that engine on the side and use it for something else in the future. One never knows if one of these three or my son blows his up. You don't know what goes on. Okay, so that's about all I have to say for now. Hopefully I get this put together and get it off of here. When it comes to places to work, down here is just cold. And this is the last project I'm going to be doing down here, or at least I plan to do down here. Who knows, maybe I'll find myself down there again for something else, but for now that's really the last project I plan on doing down there. From now on, all my other projects are going to be up here, and I think you guys could see why. It is just much nicer to work up here, even with the door opened. If I'm inside here, the sun's on me, gentle breeze or no breeze, it's just pleasant, quite honestly. You can feel the sun on your back. This garage is just drier. This area is just a lot drier than downstairs, and it feels better. I think also, obviously the ceiling being all reflective as it is, it makes it a little brighter. The vapor barrier cuts the amount of wind movement. It's just a lot more pleasant up here. So, not that I'm slamming my lower garage. It's not a bad place to work during the summer, but during the winter, this old back don't like it down there. So, no reason to be down there. I could be up here. Okay, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please, folks, get out there and enjoy all your days. You don't know how many you're going to get. You don't know how many sunny days you're going to get. So get out there and have some fun. Okay, bye now.